Welcome guys, I'm Eddie Reese and this is the first take. Today we're going to do a little something different. Rather than trailer reactions for the most recent up and coming movies, I think I'm going to throw it back. I'm going to do a classic trailer reaction. And I might do this maybe once a week, just randomly pick an old movie that came out in the last, 1 or 2 decades, maybe even longer. Actually, no, there's going to be no limit. As long as there were trailers, if we can find it and it catches my imagination, or you guys suggest something to me, then I'm going to check it out. But today I'm going to be having a look at 1994's The Crow. This is a movie that I literally haven't seen in maybe 10 years, if not more. Like a long time, but I did love it when I saw it. And I repeated it over and over again. I remember I wore out the VHS tapes. I love this movie that much. I love the vibe of it. I love the music of it, and it was just, I'd never seen anything like it. And I really connected with the character. It was just real dark, heavy. It was like, there weren't no superhero movies at this point. Not really. This is before the current wave. This is before X-Men came out. This is before the old Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. This is like way, way back when there was none of this. But I wasn't even a Crow fan of the comic book. I didn't read the comic book, so it just stood alone as its own awesome action movie. And Brandon Lee, for some of you that don't know, was the son of Bruce Lee, the Kung Fu legend, made Enter the Dragon and Big Boss, etc., etc. And this was the movie that sadly took Brandon's life. There was a scene where some thug took a shot at Brandon, and the blank that was in it, it was misloaded or misfired, and a fragment from that blank actually entered his chest. I think it was his chest, and ended up killing him. So it was real sad. But this movie's gone on to be like a cult classic. So I'm curious to see. I haven't watched this trailer back yet. So I'm curious to see if it holds up after all these years. Let's see.
People once believed that when someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead.
God, it's all coming back.
But sometimes, just sometimes, the crow can bring that soul back to put the wrong things right.
You're all going to die.
Is that gasoline I smell?
Oh, the ring.
Victims, aren't we all?
Dude, that shit brings it all back. Oh, I want to watch that shit now. You know what? I may even just do that once I'm done with this. But it's damn shame because Brandon showed a lot of potential in this movie. Or at least I remember he did. He had a few movies before this and some were better than others. It wasn't immediate with him, the whole star power thing. People were still skeptical as to whether he could rise up and be, the true worthy inheritor of what his dad had done. That wasn't really a fair weight to put on his back. He's very different. He has a very different vibe about him, very different look. But he was good in that film, so it's a shame. It's interesting to see what could have been if he lived. Where would he be now? What other amazing movies would he have made? Would there have been sequels to The Crow? Most likely, because they did keep on making Crow movies. And bizarrely, I've never watched any of them. I don't think I have. But I've never heard anything good about any of them except for this one. But I've never wanted to, but there was apparently word of a new Crow reboot that was supposed to be happening, which had the blessing of the original creator of the comic book. But it just keeps changing stars. They had Luke Evans. He was in Fast 6. He was a bad guy in Fast 6. Pretty sure it's Luke Evans, yeah. He was the man, and then he dropped out, and then there was one of the dudes from Boardwalk Empire, forgetting his name, the one who has the mask on his face. He was going to be the Crow, but then he's literally just dropped out. Directors come and go, keep dropping out. It's like this doomed, cursed project that just doesn't seem to be getting any traction. Can't say I'm that infused to see it, but it's been a long time. 94, that was a long time ago. So it's worthy of a reboot. It's worthy of going back to the source material and seeing if they can find a new way to tell this story. It doesn't look cheap. Maybe that's just the way it's cut. Maybe if I go back and watch the whole movie again, it won't be the same. There're going to be dodgy performances and dodgy effects here and there, but inevitably there will be. Because I remember that they had to use some effects in order to finish the movie because he died while it was still in production. Like I said, he got shot in one of the scenes. So they had to do clever tricks and camera maneuvers in order to cover up that brand that wasn't there anymore. It was a body double, and they did a few CG things with the head, but they had limitations, and it wasn't a big budget movie, but they managed to finish it, and I felt they did a damn good job on it at the time. So I'm really interested to go back now. The Crow, man. Were any of you guys a fan of The Crow? Have you seen it? Did you love it? Does it still hold up in your opinion? And were any of the many, many, many sequels? And correct me if I'm wrong, but there may have even been a TV show, a very short-lived TV show. Maybe. But let me know if any of these were any good, worthy of me revisiting, because there was a whole bunch of them. But yeah, what do you guys think? Write your comments down below. If you like the video, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I made it recent. This has been my first take to The Crow. And if you know of any other classic movies with interesting trailers, don't just give me regular ho-hum, hardy-har trailers. Give me some interesting classic movies, and real classic movies. Nothing in the last 10 years that we're going to do for this particular segment. Once, maybe twice a week we'll do this, but let me know.